Her bigger-than-life personality can pretty much overcome anything. I finally caught up with ODB on the road with her meet and greet food truck company. So, you are still living the Airstream life. Tell me about living your Airstream.
I am. Oh my gosh, because I remember in the days of TNA, I remember the first day I bought it. It must have been 8 years ago or so, 9 years ago now. And it's just been kind of like, it actually just turned into my lifestyle. It's crazy. Just like, obviously the traveling on the road thing I still love to do. And then all of a sudden I got a food truck. I'm like, house and job on wheels. How perfect. No commitment issues at all here.
None. You love commitment. So where are you actually living? What city?
Back in Minnesota. I've been here for now 2 years with the truck. I'm in St. Cloud, Minnesota. So it's a beautiful, quiet little campground away from Minneapolis. So it's really, I love it out here.
Oh, that's so cool. So when I was thinking about putting this episode together with you, I was like, where the fuck do we start? do we start at the beginning? Do we start at the end?
Oh boy. We could start where we actually first met.
Okay. So
back in good old Monterrey, Mexico.
A place neither of us are indigenous to. We had this thing where we only knew each other in international waters for a few years.
Yeah.
So I was 18, so that would make it. So that would have been 2004, and we met in Mexico. Sarah Stock had booked us, and what a culture shock, man.
Oh my God. I was down there for 3 weeks. You were down there for like a month?
Yeah.
Oh, after a week, I was like, peace out. I am oofed up. Well, it's just people don't realize it's so different when guys go overseas, you know. I think they're treated way better than women are.
Especially then.
We get more creepy. Like, we're not creepy. They're creepy. Remember we were kind of locked in that little apartment we were at, and then we had gates to get in, and I felt like we were being watched the whole time.
Yeah.
And I just we would sneak out, and God, it was safe back then.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'll never forget, like at nighttime, it was like a race to get back to the apartment. Like we never went, we didn't ever go very far, but
we had a curfew, I think.
Yeah. Like no gringas out on the street past 6 o'clock. Do you remember that?
I just remember, and then we had to practice. We had like wrestling practice every day. What the fuck is that?
We're professionals. We don't want to practice.
Yeah, I don't need to practice. I'm 4 years in the business. I know everything. But the one thing I didn't like, because I'm not a lucha, and I can't roll very good or jump, or I can't flip bump. I don't think I've ever flip bumped. And I had it, and they were like, do it. I'm like, oh my God. Then we had to run around the stadium, and it was hot as hell.
Yeah, it was so hot. Oh, I'll never forget that humidity. Like it was back in the day where, not everybody had a cell phone. It was, still a commodity. And I just would walk like 50 feet to the end of our sidewalk to use a payphone to call home. Remember payphones?
Like, change my flight, hurry up.
And I would just be drenched. And like in a 20-minute conversation, I must have been beeped at 4,000 times trying to make this call home.
God.
It's like beep, 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 beep. And like the Mexican hat dance would play.
We got to go shopping though. That was fun. And then we got made in Mexico. That was kind of cool.
Yeah. Do you remember
the shows were amazing?
They were incredible.
Yeah, the shows were really badass. I mean, I think that's where I kind of learned just to like do whatever in the ring, because we just did whatever in the ring, The one chick loved you. She loved her. She loved her Chantel.
I forgot about that. I guess I developed some PTSD. I had blocked it out.
Oh my God. I was like, she get in the ring. I'm like, oh, I'll just take Chantel in. Yep, have fun. She'll be nice to you.
That was what, you know what though,
Oh.
like, I think that was the first time in the business, never mind like someone taking the liberties with you or being stiff, like we got the snot beat out of us the first couple of shows.
We did. Yes, we did.
Like,
but then we gave her right back. We're like, all right.
Yeah.
That's how we're going to play?
Yeah. Right? Game on.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember getting back on that plane 3 weeks later, and like I couldn't even put my arms on the armrest because they were just.
Oh my God!
So bruised.
Do you remember what I know now? I would have beat the shit out of all those girls.
Oh man! Like, but I felt like we were grizzled within a month of being there, and Sarah was there for like 10 years.
Oh my God! I can't believe Sarah like lived in Mexico for frickin' 10 years, but she loved it. I mean,
I know
it's not my cup of tea, but I went through that experience, especially with you. It was, you know.
Well, I think that's what solidified our sisterhood, really, is that if we could survive that, everything else was just
easy.
Do you remember our spa day?
Spa day.
We had like a Mexican sugar daddy, the guy who brought us.
I didn't have no Mexican sugar daddy. What the hell?
Yes, you did. You were with me. You've blocked this out.
Shit.
I have pictures.
We got our hair done.
Yes.
We got our hair done. Yes, I remember I got highlights.
That's right.
It's coming back to me.
And I got my first weave, and that meant I had my first set of dreadlocks like 6 months later because I didn't know how to take
Oh my God. Oh my gosh, yes, I remember. Oh my God.
That was it was Oh my God. Do you remember the cat that died in our backyard?
Yes. And then, because I'm not a cat fan at all.
Me neither.
And I was like, ugh. Because was April Hunter down there with us?
No, it was this Canadian girl, Sharon.
Oh yeah, she didn't last. She didn't survive. She went home like after 5 days, I think.
Yeah, that was for the best. For both professional and personal reasons.
Yeah, she couldn't handle it.
She couldn't cut it.
No, she didn't make the cat.
So then, after Mexico, I don't think it was too long after, like maybe a couple months.
Yeah.
We then met in South Africa.
Yeah, South Africa. We went on a freaking tour. Oh my God. We were the only chicks.
Yeah.
I mean, you got Kevin Nat, the Steiners, freaking with Booker T there. I mean, it was like packed, and then there's us.
Hi.
Oh, those shows were freaking nuts. Holy crap.
The cricket arenas.
You're talking like 10,000 people. Like, remember that outside one? I was like, oh my God, that was, wow.
Do you remember? Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, that was like a 2-week tour, wasn't it? That was a long one.
It was long. Yeah. And that was also the longest flight of my life. I never want to do that again.
20 hours, yep.
Yeah, no. And I did it on my own. I remember you met up with some people in Heathrow.
Yeah, we all met. Yep.
No, not me. I had to do it all on my own. It was.
What were we thinking? Like, we always, like, we don't think, especially when it's not like with a big company, we just hop on a plane and see who picks us up in a different country. Oh, Lordy.
My poor parents. I was like 19.
Oh, my God.
I was, okay, bye, Mom. I'm going to South Africa. With who?
I don't know. See, here's the poster.
I'm on the poster. I'm going to see Jess there. Hopefully.
Yeah. Oh, but honestly, those the beautiful hotels that we stayed at in Johannesburg. It was like, had a casino in there, roller coasters, anything you imagine to eat. They had a Harley shop down the road. I mean,
I, to this day, have never seen anything like that. Like, that was...
Yeah.
And it also... the cultural divide, like that was such a sobering experience. Do you remember all the shanties on the farmland, like all those houses made out of basically garbage?
Oh yeah, I remember driving on the bus and we would see some of that stuff. I was like, ooh,
Yeah.
damn, yeah, that was a fun. I actually really like South Africa. It was very pretty and
Oh,
a good group of people.
yeah, that was yeah.
Well, I
That was
remember you got
incredible.
locked. I remember you got locked in. We had our dressing room. You got locked in the bathroom. I would have just thinking about it makes me want to sweat because I'm so claustrophobic and and you got locked in the freaking little bathroom. You're like, ah, and I'm like, ah. Then Rick Steiner just fucking kicks.
I forgot about that. You know what,
Like,
though? Ooh, I was trying to act calm, but like I was starting to freak inside.
Oh, I didn't know how you. Oh my god.
Because that was an
Oof.
old ass cricket arena, and that was like a double
Yes.
bolted like castle door. I was like, how am I
That's
gonna
why.
get out of here?
That's why I never lock doors everywhere I go. I have a fear. I cannot go into elevators, and it's yeah. I'm really drunk, or I have a hot guy with me. I'll go in an elevator.
Well, basically, hierarchy of needs, right? Like that's completely
Mm-hmm.
understandable.
That's right.
Who was I talking to? There was I was telling somebody the story from when we were on our TNA UK tour.
Oh my
And
god, that's wrong. Shit, yeah, we were in the
yeah,
UK together too.
God, who the hell was I talking? It doesn't matter. Remember when we shared a room together and I was like, okay,
Oh,
Jess, I'm going to go take a shower. And then I ended up passing out in the shower. And
oh shit.
you remember that?
I kind of remember.
Yeah, it wasn't you who passed
Oh
out.
shit.
So,
They see, and they probably, oh, it's this ODB passing out. Oh,
oh
my
God.
god. Yeah, because
Yes.
we were with Angelina Love and Velvet. The four
Yeah.
of us were the
I,
girls that got sent. That was
I must have been speaking with Angel. That's who it was then. We were retelling that story.
oh
And yeah, that was a good tour too. So then, okay, so we met Mexico and then again in South Africa, and then we were not on North American soil until we both signed a contract with TNA Impact.
I know, right? Until you came to TNA and you jumped the barricades and beat Awesome Kong for the title.
The toughest fan ever.
Good thing I knew you. I was like, hell yeah, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that was.
We were at TNA. Such a good time for women's wrestling.
Oh my god, that was the era. Like I think we just broke the mold. We all were so different. They gave us time. You know, we'd have 2 matches on pay-per-views, and I mean, we just got time to develop our characters. It was awesome. Like Vince Russo let us do our thing.
Yeah, it was
and
great.
I miss those days.
I know.
Pop up on the memories. You're like 10 years ago. Holy crap.
I know, and that's the thing. Like, I've been retired for 10 years. That's crazy.
Dang. How old are you now?
34.
Good for you.
But now I'm coming back.
Oh shit! I kind of figured that.
Yeah,
I kind of figured there was.
I took 10 years off, but my biological clock started to tick, and it wasn't because I needed another baby. It was like, if I don't go back now, that's it, girl.
That's perfect timing.
That's
perfect.
Where are you in terms of wrestling now?
Well, I went back. I'm not. I just want to be like, just come and make an appearance. When I went back to the winter time, I went back to Impact for a couple of matches.
Yeah.
And then I did NWA with Thunder Rosa.
Yeah.
I was sore. She's a tough cookie. That was a fun match though. But holy shit. I could not move the next day. I was like, ooh, I don't do this much anymore. What the hell? And then what else? Oh, I did AEW about a year ago. But honestly, my dream would be to get back into wrestling with my food truck and drive it down the ramp and fuck it. That's sell a pork sandwich or two. Yeah, that would be. I have no desire to put my wrestling. I think I actually finally just sold one of my wrestling gears for charity.
Are you retired then? Semi-retired?
I'm not really. I'm not really retired. I've just. I don't know. I'm just knocking. I'm not knocking on any doors or nothing. But I mean, I'm 42 years old, but I still got it.
Of course you do. Well, good for you. So you're technically on a hiatus, maybe we'll call it.
Yeah.
Or just
Yeah, that's right.
Not even a break. You're just you're marinating.
Yeah, you never know. You never know with me where I'll end up popping up.
It's crazy you say that though. So I started training basically right before COVID hit at the wrestling school where I started with, and I don't remember being that sore. Like, I don't know if that's age.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. Like the wrestling itself doesn't hurt, but the like ricochet effect, like my recoil is way slower than it used to be.
Oh my God.
Like in terms of healing.
That is like, I mean, you get back, because when I went back to Impact, well, the women too, they just wrestle so different.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, back then, here I am talking like I'm a grizzled vet. Back then, we were more characters and we didn't need to beat the crap out of each other. I mean, I'm 42 and I just finally went to the chiropractor like a month ago.
Oh, wow.
And I feel like, I mean, I grabbed my boobs for 20 years, I guess. Maybe did a kip up here and there. But yeah, I mean, I feel great.
Good for you.
But then it's like, when I went back to Impact, these girls, oh my God, I was like, they're like, can you do this thing at the top rope? It was like a blockbuster. I was like, a what? I was like, first of all, have you ever watched what I've done? I've never jumped out the top rope unless it was special. And I knew that person was going to catch my ass.
Right.
I was like, you know what? It's been 20 years and I don't need to do that.
No.
And I'm like, first of all, you're telling me what to do? Get the fuck out of here.
It's so different now. Like, I will say the talent pool is so vast. Like, girls can go now. But,
oh God, yeah.
But, like, you know, we did break the mold. We were, like, the diversification and, like, respect your elders. No one should be telling you what to do.
Oh, it's so different these days. Like, I remember, like, working, like, I remember when Lisa Marie came in.
Yep.
Victoria Terra came in, the TNA, and I was like, oh, my God, this is freaking awesome. Or Mickey James. And I was like, oh, my God, ladies, what are we doing, you know? It's like, oh, my, it's just like I get excited when, like, you know, people have been places I've never been and they can teach me stuff. And I was like, oh, or even, like, working with jazz. It's like, oh. It was just so cool to work with those ladies that have been, you know, a lot of places I haven't been, and it's just
for sure.
Like, ooh. But nowadays, they don't. Yeah, that's all gone, I think, these days.
And I think I don't feel bad per se, but those girls today will never get to experience what we experienced in our heyday, because by the time we had all gotten to TNA, we had already been on the indies together for years.
We all were, yeah. That was, yeah.
So most of us already knew each other, like, very well personally, and, like, in the ring, we already had our shticks. Like, it was like, you want to do the thing, and then you do the thing, and then the bam, and then the...
Yeah, yep.
And, you know, we weren't rolling in the money, so we were really... So, like, you know, we were, like, traveling in clown cars. There'd be, like, 6 of us in a 4-door sedan.
Oh, Super 8. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, God. America's Best. Oh, or America's Signature or whatever.
We survived all that, you know, and, like, we probably had bed bugs and every other stuff you could think of on our bodies.
For sure. But like Corona, nothing.
I mean,
like,
I know. What's this COVID shit? Come on now. No, but, like, it's It's great, yeah, because I remember, like, when all of us, made it to TNA, and everyone kept just coming in, too. We all did the indies it took about 7 years to finally sign my first TNA contract.
Yeah.
And, yeah, it's like, you look back, with me and Tracy Brooks traveling the country together, and then see all those Canadians. I get to be good friends with all those damn Canadians.
Well, you're from Minnesota. You're as Canadian as it
so
gets.
I'm kind of, yeah.
Yeah, I know. Just the bond we had, because we had to travel and live in real close quarters. We already knew each other really well, and like we were a family. Like, of course we'd get on each other's fucking nerves. We're a bunch of girls living together, like.
Of course.
But it was a sisterhood. I felt like we all did a really good job of building everything up and supporting each other.
It's cool too, because we didn't have that much social media back then.
No.
Like, we weren't out taking selfies of each other, I probably just started taking selfies maybe a couple years ago.
Yeah.
But now it's just like, so, I don't want to say easy to be in the wrestling business, but you got so many places you can work and make good money now.
Yes.
Back then,
it's like two options.
Yeah, exactly. Two options.
Sell your soul and make a lot of money, or or have creative control, a shit ton of fun, and
we all had that. Like you said, all of us basically already had our characters already made, and they were just like, we want to see you guys shine. Let's go. Yeah.
Yeah. So now, okay, so that's our past, our present. No, more in the present. Let's talk about ODB 2.0. So what came first, the barbecue sauce or the food truck?
The barbecue sauce came first, because I remember when I left TNA, 2000, let's just say 2014 is when I finally left, and they gave me a ridiculous contract. I was like, what's this? I'm like, I'm not signing this shit. And they're like, well, where else are you going to go? I'm like, it don't matter where else I'm going to go. I got an Airstream, and I got some barbecue sauce. So I just said, no thanks. And, you got to make that decision. I didn't even think about it. I mean, I've been bartending most of my life too. So I'm like, I got some money. I can go on the road. And then I packed up the Airstream here and went to Sturgis, South Dakota, went to all the bike rallies, Daytona Beach, Galveston, Texas, Louisiana, and just, had a little tent and sold my barbecue sauce. And then I did that, 14, 15, about 3 years.
Yeah.
And then someone was like, you should do a food truck. And I was like, what? Because I wasn't really making money, buying my sauce plus trying to sell it, having that middleman, and then traveling, gas.
Oh, you paused, Jess.
The time.
Sorry, could you
Jimmy
repeat
Hart.
that? Sorry, you
paused.
I was
at Daytona Beach back in 2017, and Jimmy Hart actually reached out to me because he had a bar right on the beach there, and he's like, I know you really want to start a food truck, and what if you kind of started it here and you could bartend so you can make some money? And I'm like, yeah, that'd be awesome. So this was the best part. So I drove, pulled my Airstream trailer to Daytona Beach, and I got to park it right by Jimmy Hart's Cadillac, right by the motel. And then they put me up in the hotel for a couple months right on the beach. And I was the bartender. I literally bartended probably 7 days a week. And then I was, looking into getting the food truck. So I bought a little trailer, and I was just kind of crock pot and everything, making food. And then it was a shit show my first year in Daytona with the truck. And then I moved it home, and I've been doing good in Minnesota. And then finally, last year the trailer burned to the ground, which honestly ended up being a blessing. Great thing. Then I got my dream food truck. Like, look at that badass truck.
Show me.
Yeah.
Woo!
So it ended up, whoever, obviously no one lit it on fire, but I know someone from above lit that bitch on fire for me.
So, I can't help it being a firefighter. Do you know how it
Oh yeah.
started or?
They never investigated it,
So, okay.
which kind of disappointed me. But then, because it was just sitting there in my buddy's bar parking lot, and he's like, "Are they gonna take this out of here?" I'm like, "I don't want to touch it because I didn't want to get blamed for nothing."
Yeah.
And they never came, investigated it. They finally just towed it off, and then it took me a while to get my insurance all figured out. And then that's when I got back into wrestling. Like TNA helped me out, the NWA helped me out, DDP and Mick Foley helped me out, and then I got my dream food truck.
Wow. So the company and the people you just mentioned, they all donated towards you getting a food truck? Oh,
yep.
Jess.
I mean, literally the next day, my food truck burnt. Within 24 hours, DDP's calling me. It's like, "Hey, ODB, this is DDP." I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "Shit." I'm like, "What's up, buddy?"
Well, for anybody who's been living under a rock, ODB is obviously a huge, huge personality and talent in the ring, but she's also an absolutely incredible human being with a big heart. So, girl, that is your karma. You deserve that shit. I'm so glad it worked out. Like, oh man, all your blood, sweat, and tears have gone into that, and now you got your dream truck.
Yeah. Now I'm pimping in the food truck.
So
I actually do enjoy driving that thing. It's like,
it's
30 feet long. I'm really high. I'm like, yeah.
Big mama.
People honking.
Bam.
I like when the little kids. Yeah. I like when the little kids go by and they're like, "Yeah, honk." And they get all excited.
Aw, that's so sweet. So it's ODB's meet and greet food truck.
Yeah.
What are your signature dishes? What's your favorite? Is it an ever-changing menu? Tell me things.
Boy. Nope, I have the same menu all the time. It's my favorite is meat in a cup. And it's basically a solo cup. So you have beans, pork, coleslaw, and a pickle, my ODB barbecue sauce on top. And then you can pick your cup size, B, C, or double D.
Oh, I love you.
So that's kind of like my specialty. But it's all smoked pulled pork because I smoke all my meat. Then I have a buffalo chicken. So then I put it all into different entrees.
You just wanted to go into a business where you could talk about how much you love meat.
I know, right? I knew that was going to take me somewhere.
It all came full circle. We all have our strengths.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so happy for you. You do seem genuinely so pleased and content. And look at you, you're in nature.
I know, right? Oh, yeah.
But Minnesota gets hit in the winter like we do. So what the hell? What's life like in the Airstream in the winter?
I do not stay in this bitch in the wintertime. So literally in 2 weeks, because I knew I wanted to travel with my food truck. But it's hard, actually traveling with it. So I'm going to go to one state. So I'm heading to Daytona Beach where it all started.
Oh.
So in 2 weeks, I'm going to be heading to Daytona, and then I'm going to hit Orlando. So I'm going to probably do some wrestling shows with the food truck. And
awesome.
Yeah. So I figured that would be a great place to bring the food truck, because eventually I really want to take that road.
Yeah.
Like go on a huge tour. That's my ultimate goal.
Oh, that's very cool.
Yeah.
How has COVID affected the food truck business? Has it affected it, would you say?
It freaking, oh my God. Because I remember when all this started, I had to go to Missouri to get my food truck.
Mm-hmm.
So I brought a couple of friends down, and it was on St. Patty's Day is when kind of the world shut down.
Yeah.
And that's literally when I was driving my food truck home. And I was like, oh, lovely. Great. Everything shut down. I'm like, so
good
I had a long drive to think about it. And I was like, well, by the time I get my permits and all that, I'm going to go to neighborhoods. So I would reach out. My Facebook is my main social media for the food truck.
Okay.
So it's more local. So I just put it out there. I'm like, because no one could go anywhere. Like, everything was literally shut down.
Yeah.
So then I was like, who wants my food truck for 2 hours in the neighborhood? And I just went, and it was awesome. I went to so many different neighborhoods, and this thing is, oh my God, it's beaten my last trailer, like tripled. It's, yeah, I'm very thankful for it. Yeah, so now I just want to keep it going. And
amazing. So it's like you actually had the best business model for COVID. You bring the food to people, and you can keep a social distancing, and damn, that's good.
Do. I'm pretty high up, and I have a window, and I don't need to touch you or nothing. So.
Does she really want?
But it's, I mean, especially stuff like this, when stuff like this happens, you really, because some people are like, oh, I can't do nothing. Okay, I'm gonna sit at home and watch Netflix and be lazy, blah blah blah. And it's like, no, this is the time. This is go time. It's kind of like, you know, like, it's, you got to think outside the box for your company, you know. I mean, obviously I feel bad because some companies, you know, like especially with big bars and restaurants, a lot of Minneapolis restaurants did not make it through all this, you know. But I was lucky, oh my God, lucky enough to be on wheels and really, I mean, I worked my ass off though.
I was gonna say, girl, that's you though. That's the hustle.
I mean, there was times I was going 2 weeks straight with this bitch.
Wow.
So.
Good for you. No, I know. Well, trying to get this interview set up, you're like, oh, gotta do the food truck. Nope, gotta do the food truck. Nope, gotta do the food truck. I'm like, shit.
I know, I felt bad. I'm like, okay, we can do 3 o'clock. Well, wait, nope. So I'll still be driving. And then by the time I get home, I'm like,
No, there's no stress at all. I'm happy for you. I'm proud of you. I'm just like, pencil me in. So what's next? Sorry.
Oh, no, go ahead.
No, please. You're gonna say it's so cool.
I was just gonna put you over a little bit, but it's just so cool that, like, how we've just known each other for so many. Like, I always felt like I was your big sister, and like,
it's true.
Like, it's just cool, like how you know. Well, now you're a mom and married and a firefighter. I was like, shit, it's crazy how everyone. Because I think being in pro wrestling, I don't know if people know this, but I think we're the toughest people in this freaking world.
Oh my God.
Pro wrestlers. I mean, because we, oh my God, we get knocked down so many times. I mean, literally knocked down, but outside the ring, I mean, we literally get shit on all the time. I mean, if it's being in front of crowds, being on social media, being, you know, backstage, and like, it's not, people just think, oh my God, pro wrestling, oh cool, they got the big lights. Oh my God. I mean, I had a hell of a good time because I loved TNA, and we were a big ass cool family, but
it was still
being, you know, like, it's just, I'm just so grateful for like this pro wrestling family. It's so, I mean, we all, like, even if we don't see each other forever, we do. I'm thankful for social media because we get to follow each other and, you know, talk and stuff. So it's
absolutely. And I do miss you. And like, you know, talking to you now, it feels like I talked to you like last week. Like, nothing's changed. But you make a really good point. You know, we have to go through so much with wrestling in terms of, you know, when we begin at like our humble beginnings, and then, you know, coming up through the independence, and then trying to get contracts with big companies. And, you know, when you're with the big company, trying to, you know, cut your own niche out for yourself. And it's like hustle. And, you know, I'll never forget in the beginning, I was told, you need to learn how to eat shit and like it. And that's it. That's, ladies and gentlemen, women coming in the business, and men.
Yeah.
Hope you like to eat shit.
Yeah. I mean, I'm too, like, because I remember before I was in OVW, and then I would go backstage. I hated it.
Yeah.
The way I felt, no one should feel that way going somewhere, especially in some business you love.
I know.
Like, I remember certain people that were freaking rude to me, and I will never forget it. Like, and I'm just like, you're a dick, or you're a bitch. Like, why?
Yeah.
Because you're a fake champion. You're so cool. yeah, like
Well,
it's just like I remember that shit, and then it's funny too. And then you meet them, in conventions and stuff, WrestleCade, WrestleCon, and I'm like, oh, let me tell you a little story about you,
That's true.
I remember, like I hated that, and I remember in TNA, because it is intimidating. You're by yourself. You don't know where to put your bags.
Yeah.
You're damned if you do, damned if you don't. If you don't say hi to someone, you don't want to interrupt them, and then they try to fuck with you, like throw you in the ring, and everyone's watching you. I'm like, fuck you. Like, I hate that. Like, I have no time for that.
No, I have Joe on Samoa Joe on the show
I love
today. I know he's such a good human, but like he was probably was arguably our most famous wrestler or male friend, like our good friend, let's say. Yep. And his thing was he was just a good person. He looked after all of us. And
he did, and he really looked after all the girls too.
Yeah. And it's not like he was buying us coffee. He wasn't doing us any special favors, but he taught us to like look after each other and empower each other, because what's good for you is good for me. And then we built our product because we all felt secure. We didn't worry about if we're going to piss each other off, or someone was going to throw your bag in a dumpster and poop in it, or but these things happened in other companies.
I know. Oh my God. Shit. Yeah.
We had a girl in our locker room who basically every time she was in a WWE locker room had her bag whipped out the door, put in a bathroom.
I probably know who that is.
You know exactly who I'm talking about. Asked to leave the room by the makeup artist. Like, some
I did. I got that. Oh,
she was a meanie.
Oh my God. And you know what was so cool?
What?
I'll never forget this. I mean, this shit, you're talking a lot.
Oh, yeah.
So I was in the locker room, and there was a chick. I think her name was Linda, maybe. She was like a Tough Enough winner.
Okay.
She lasted maybe 5 minutes. She was with the Basham Brothers, big chick. And she was in there, and she was kind of being a little snotty to me. I'm like, whatever, you're not going to be around that much longer, so whatever. But then Sable was in there, freaking motherfucking Sable. And we were talking because, she was with Brock, and I'm Minnesota, and we were just BSing. And then that makeup lady came in and said, you need to get out of here. You need to get your stuff. And she literally started grabbing my stuff. And Sable's like, no, she's fine. And Sable's like, she is fine. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, Sable.
Like, get out of here, you makeup lady. And then I saw her at AEW. I didn't say nothing. And then she was like, oh my God, lovely hair. Let me do something to it. I'm like, yeah.
Get out of here.
But it's just so, like, why are people like that? It's just so miserable. They're just miserable people.
Like, in my ripe old age of 34, I look back and I think these people were just so wildly insecure.
Oh, yep.
Because if you are secure in your shit, you treat everyone good. And, then you have nothing to worry about. And because who you see on the way up, they are waiting for you on the way down.
That's the one thing about this business. Like, you can be on top of the world, and then all of a sudden you're going to a different company, and then you do another company out of the country, and then bam, you're back up again. I mean, you never, and people talk. I mean, you want a job, but you pissed a certain person off, you're not going to get that job.
And Office changes positions so quickly, and they could literally be a runner 1 minute and the head of talent relations the next.
I see it all the time. I'm like, holy crap. I'm like, wow, yeah. It's crazy who's in charge of places. Yeah.
I know.
I'm so like, yeah, you never know.
And that's like a reason why your career has been as long as it has, and you have come and gone and like no issue, because you're a good human. You treat everybody well, and this is a sisterhood. Like, wrestling is weird enough, but like there's even fewer women, and it's our job to look after each other. And not all people are made equal.
I mean, there are some. Yeah, that's exactly. It's like I just can't stand. Like, as you get older too. But I was like this even when I was younger. It's like, be nice to people. I don't like bullies. Even on social media, there's so many bullies out there. It's like, why?
Oh, the shit people say, like, don't get me wrong. I will say that the internet now, because I guess social media has really evolved, can be a wildly positive place. But there's always some asshole who says the most ignorant shit.
Yeah. And it's just like the other day, I posted on Facebook. I said, oh, about being happy. I always do a kind of a motivational stuff sometimes, and it's just who I am. I'm like, this is what I'm doing, whatever. And this one guy's like, oh, wow, she must not have made really good money in wrestling. It's really sad. She has a food truck and lives in a trailer. Oh my God, that's so sad. I'm like, what's so sad about it?
It's called It's Fucking Awesome.
Yeah. I'm like, and he's like, and is she? I wonder if she's still married to Eric Young. I'm like, first of all, that wedding was fake.
Idiot.
Dumbass.
Well,
and then, but it's funny though, because everyone just went on him. He's like, well, I didn't mean it like that. Oh, what the get out of here, you dumbass. Why?
And that's the other thing. I think for every one troll, there's like 20 good people that are waiting for a troll, and they come to your defense.
And they need to be called out. Like, I know how some people are like, oh, don't let that get to you. But you know what? They need to be called out because they're bullies, and stuff like that can really, it doesn't hurt me. I just laugh about it.
Same.
But some people, they take that and they could do bad things to themselves. And I don't like that.
No.
You know what I mean?
And we've seen that, we're even starting to see that in the business now with young people coming up that aren't secure, maybe mental health issues. And those trolls, like, could send them over the edge. They could already be in a bad place. So get your shit together,
like you,
people.
like you're posting awesome pictures, like saying, you don't have to show your whole body off. You can, like, your pictures have been awesome lately, like just posting cute little pictures, being yourself. And it's like, I mean, just like when we did photo shoots in TNA, like, I remember we had to do some bikini ones. I was like, I don't want to do the bikini ones.
What do I do with my hands?
I'm like, I'm sexy. Like, then you got girls, like Christy Hemme are models, and they're all posing. But then, thank God for her, she actually helped a lot of us out. She's like, just be you. Here's what you can wear. You don't have to show. Yeah. Not all of us have to show everything. It's not sexy to show everything.
You know what? I think the most sexy attribute of any person, man, woman, dog, cat, whatever, is feeling good in your own skin. That is what sexy is.
Exactly. Because I'll see people, like, especially too on social media again, like, you'll see actors or actresses, like, kind of bigger.
Yeah.
But that's them.
That's them.
That's them. They're healthy if they're happy. But then some of them will lose weight, and I'm like, oh no, what happened?
For sure.
Like, if you're not healthy, fix it.
Right.
If like you need some change.
Rebel Wilson lost all that weight, and I was like, oh, but.
Oh yeah.
But
I love her wrestling gear. I love her wrestling gear. I was like, damn. Yeah, she's getting another run. That's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Finally.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But anyway.
She did my hair when I was in AEW.
Oh, did she really?
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Well, like I said, this is my year for comeback. I decided I'd come back during COVID, make life really difficult for myself. So you're on a hiatus, but I hope that I get to be back in the ring with you.
I will be in Florida, so if you're in that area.
Well, we'll see. It was so good to catch up with you. Thank you for taking the time out. Before you go, I like to do a speed round of questions. I do 10 tailor-made questions, and I ask everybody the same questions. So, are you ready?
Yeah, hold on. Let me take a drink.
Okay. What is one beauty product you cannot live without? Come on. Even Samoa Joe had an answer.
Really? What? No, I do like a good moisturizer on my face. I hate dry skin. I hate it.
Do you have are you a slave to a brand or just whatever?
I'm not. No, I just grab whatever's there. Just Sam's Club special. I don't know.
Perfect.
In bulk.
In bulk, yes.
Yeah.
What is your favorite exercise?
Favorite exercise? Honestly, I love going for walks. Every morning, I literally just wake up and I go for a 45-minute walk. That's what I like.
That's so mature of you. I love that.
I know.
What is your biggest pet peeve?
Oh, I have too many. I have way too many pet peeves.
Give me some. Give me top 3.
Oh my God. All right, top 3. I hate when I'm out at a restaurant, anywhere if I'm eating and someone blows their freaking nose. Nope. Oh my God, stop. Go to the bathroom. Go. Don't not freaking blow your nose at the table. God, it's so gross.
Were you raised
or
by
they have
wolves?
they have like a handkerchief and like they put it back in their pocket. I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna barf. That is one of my main ones.
Okay.
What else? What else? Oh, when people come up to my food truck and they're on their phone and they're like this, I'm like, oh, okay, next. Get out of here.
Oh God.
That.
Yeah.
And then what else? What are my pet peeves? God, I have so many. I just say, and just like, what? Just dumbass people, I guess.
Fair. I get it. That encompasses a lot. Who is your celebrity crush?
Oh boy, celebrity crush.
Joey Fatone.
I don't look at him as a celebrity, I guess.
Jess is very good friends with Joey Fatone. It's awesome. He was an NSYNC.
That's how I kind of got my barbecue sauce going, by being on his cooking show. Like, it really got everywhere, and then that's how I got a connection with the barbecue sauce. Oh my God, my Hollywood crush. Honestly, I love Sam Elliott.
Oh, nice. Okay,
and
let's go back.
I love older men.
Me too. I married one.
Yeah.
Let's go back to Joey Fatone. How did you guys meet?
Back at the backstage of TNA. So, oh God, this must have been 08, maybe?
Okay.
08, 09. And, we're backstage, in Orlando. And thank God I was all dazzled up at my Daisy Dukes. I had the high heels on. And I'm looking, I'm like, damn, that looks like Joey Fatone. I'm like, oh shit, I better back it up. I just went straight. I wasn't nervous. I was like, I'm going to go say hi to this guy. I said, hey, I'm Jess. Nice to meet you. He's like, oh, I'm Joey. And then I met his manager. His manager name was Joey too. And then we had a connection. It was just weird. We had a connection. Then his manager came over and just said, hey, do you guys go out and hang out afterwards and drink? I'm like, do we drink after the show? Come on. I'm like, yeah, why don't you guys come hang out? And then Joey started coming around more often.
Yeah, I remember.
Like, TNA management was like, we got to do something with ODB and Joey. Like, why is Joey here? And then he'd be like, I'm here to see my girl ODB. And then him and EY got at it. And it was kind of cool. And then we just stayed. He's actually been to the Airstream before.
Get out. Joey Fatone's been in your Airstream?
He has.
It's fucking awesome.
Out.
Okay, we're going to do an episode with just that story.
That's a whole nother podcast.
That's for season 2. Rochelle, that's my producer. Remember that. Okay.
Who's been in the Airstream?
Yes. Ooh, we can do Airstream diaries. Who's been in ODB's Airstream?
Oh, boy.
Yes.
I ain't scared.
Okay, that's season 2. Don't forget it. What is your favorite band or artist?
Oh boy. Growing up, I loved Juice Newton, Playing with the Queen of Hearts.
Okay.
That was my little song. I used to tap dance to it when I was little. I loved Twisted Sister growing up. They were a good band. And then I love Kid Rock. Kid Rock is my all-time favorite person to see live in concert.
Okay.
Him and then Bret Michaels. I love Bret Michaels too.
Nice.
I think that's it.
I love it. Good answers. Do you have a secret vice, like drinking a glass of wine in the shower? And if you do, what is it?
A vice? Oh boy, I probably have too many.
I think that's a common denominator when I ask this question. And it might, I feel like you're like Joe, where you wear your heart on your sleeve and all your vices. Like there's no like secrets.
Yeah. I pretty much post everything I do on social media.
Yeah.
Trying to think a little. I'm more like I'm more girly girl than people would really realize. I think that would be. Is that a vice? I don't know.
Yes, I would agree with that because I think the imagery of ODB is very like tomboy, like, you know, rock and roll. Yeah. You are so girly. And that's what I love about you.
Yeah, maybe I'll put a dress on later and walk around the campground.
You send me a photo.
I'm gonna get a sugar daddy tonight.
Oh god. Okay, what wrestler has the best entrance music?
Oh boy. That's a tough one.
Mm-hmm. So many options.
I know. But one, I mean, God, I love the good old era, like, you know, in the 90s, I guess, more like when you heard that music, you're like, oh, you know who's coming out. You know, like, let's say if it was Stone Cold coming out, Breaking the Glass, Hulk Hogan, like, Ultimate Warrior was a good one.
Yeah.
God dang, yeah, I guess.
So all the classics.
Yeah, all those guys, Road Warriors, yeah.
Perfect. So I know, I think everyone knows, you like your beverages, but what is your favorite drink?
Oh, boy.
What is number uno?
Well, I'm a beer drinker.
Get out.
And but it bloats me a lot.
Oh.
But I like a good beer. I mean, I've been doing a lot of breweries too at the food truck, so I do get to, you know, taste a good ass beer. But honestly, I just love a lot. It's a Minnesota beer though, and a St. Louis beer. It's called Michelob Golden Light.
Okay.
And not a lot of people have that beer, so that's like a more of a Minnesota beer. Joey Fatone had it, and he loved it. So.
Okay, Joey Fatone approved.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, last one. Oh wait, no, sorry. Second last one. What was your most embarrassing moment in the ring?
Oh boy.
I feel for us it's that surrounded around a wardrobe malfunction, but I don't want to answer the question for you.
Yeah. Oh shit, what was my most embarrassed? I guess I never gave a rat's ass in the ring, but
yeah, that's actually fair.
Well, I do remember one. I don't know if it was really embarrassing because no one really saw it. I peed a little in the ring. I was wrestling for the Knocked Up Championship. Cody Deaner, we had a match, and he had me in the corner, and he like shoulder tackled me. I was like, and I just totally yeah. Oh, actually, that brought me back. Actually, I just had my most embarrassing moment. Here it is. It was an NWA just this past year, and I was wrestling Thunder Rosa.
Yeah.
And as you get older, you know, I'm 42 years old, you know, stuff, I don't know, doesn't works differently, I guess.
Yeah.
And so I talked to Brooke Adams about this, and she's like, girl. And I caught Thunder Rosa, like, off the top, which I probably shouldn't be doing much anymore.
Yeah.
I was catching her, and I'm like, oh, shoot. I'm like, I think I just pissed a lot. Oh, yeah, I think I spelled my name in the ring. And I was just like, whatever, it is what it is. And I'm like, and then it wouldn't stop. I was like, what is going on? But no one saw it. Like, no.
Oh, yeah.
Because we have those fishnets we wear, you know, those nude fishnets.
Yeah.
I had that little romper I wear, and I'm just like, oh my God, I just spelled my name in the middle of the ring. I'm like, watch out, boys, don't slip on my piss. That's when you just gotta say it like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It happens.
It's sterile,
I gotta
whatever.
start doing my Kegels.
You know what though? Like I think we talk about it because we're all in the business, but like that, like our anatomy isn't meant to be jiggled around in the ring like fucking.
Especially when you don't do it, like You don't do it like we used to be on the road 4 or 5 days a week. Now I'm like 4 times a year, maybe, if that.
Yeah. It's okay. Sometimes you
Oofed
feel
up.
little, whatever.
Better work bad when you get.
Okay, last one. Finish this lyric. Ready? 'Cause I'm a redneck woman. I hate no high class broad.
Shit. Gretchen Wilson.
Yeah!
Can you keep singing again?
Oh, let me pull that back up. Sorry, I closed my tablet. I was like, that's it. She got it. Okay. It's okay. Okay. 'Cause I'm a redneck woman. I ain't no high class broad. Just a product of my raising.
Shit.
That thing's something, la la. Good enough. I'll take it.
She's a good. I actually read her book.
I did too, yeah.
Joey Mercury actually gave me her book to read. And this was, oh my God, you're talking 14, 15 years ago, maybe?
Yep.
And holy crap, she had to go through a lot of shit.
She lived some life.
But that's a good book for a lot of women to read because she's so different. She stuck to her guns.
And coming up in a man's world in her own way. Like, of course, there's a lot of country singers out there, but like, she did it her way. She didn't mold to what they wanted her to be, and she had a hard-ass time.
Yeah, exactly. I like her. Yeah. She's good shit. She needs to have a comeback.
Yeah, come on back, Gretchen. Actually, I think she's had some legal trouble. I don't think she's coming back.
Gosh. Shit.
Oh, sorry, Gretchen.
Sorry.
Well, it's so good to talk to you.
Oh my God, thank you, Chantel, for having me.
Of course, I miss you. I love you.
Miss you, love you.